sure. There, now they can hear me, I think. Let me just double check that. Yeah, okay. We're unmuted.
Nice.
My shining face is here on screen. And so today for Flying Formation, it's the first repeat guest. I think this is like episode, I don't know, 31, 32, over 30 anyways. And this week, I am pleased to be joined by old Gorilla Bones, who I talked to last year when he dropped Revenge Volume 1. Now he's dropped Revenge Volume 2, follow up to it. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
G, I'm honored that I am the only return guest.
Yeah, so far. I mean,
Yeah,
hopefully I can stack on some more or whatever. Hopefully,
yeah. No, I just mean I'm happy to be the first, man. I'm
yeah,
honored.
that's
Thanks.
that's dope, man.
Yeah.
We're out here making small pieces of history every week and
Oh,
whatnot, right?
love and respect, man. Love and respect.
Hell yeah, man. So the new album, Revenge Volume 2. Can you just kind of tell me the synopsis for it?
Yeah,
What can people expect from that?
it's just part 3 and 4, man. Like it continues, the drama moves forward as does life. So it's just a continuation of the first, but a little more focused on the dark side of things, the macabre side of things.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
totally, man. I listened to it. Obviously, been playing it on Atzik and everything.
thanks, man.
And dude, like it is definitely darker. It had me wondering, like, do you, what do you think of horrorcore rap? You're a fan of other people's horrorcore, or like?
Oh, like Gravediggers was one of my most favorite things growing up. Like Prince Paul, RZA, like those beats, the whole idea of that album, man. Like that's some of my most favorite ever, man. So, yeah, I love horrorcore stuff. There's a certain degree that I don't like where it's too horrorcore. I like where it's kind of like goofy themes, horrorcore. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Word. I feel like a lot of rappers could probably replace like gun bars with bars about how they're gonna cut somebody up in a slasher flick
Right.
style, and it would still be about the same level of like reality being kept. uh,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
um,
That's like the slasher joint, right? The second track on the album. That's the whole idea. Was like it's just an '80s slasher joint about killing rappers.
yeah, I liked it. And like, taking chains, going around killing rappers and taking their chains or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man, I'm not normally like a huge fan of horrorcore stuff because a lot of it, like you said, does kind of go a little bit overboard. And I'm just like, is this just kind of like violence for the sake of violence for people who like to hear gratuitous violence? But
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
did
Like,
what you did didn't make me feel that way, man. Like I was listening to it and was just like, okay, yeah, I get it. We're talking about how we want to be slashers and murder whack
yeah. It's
MCs,
like
like.
cartoony. It's like got that little cartoony vibe to it. You can't. It's hard to take it too serious.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
So and this one there's no features on it. It's you're holding it down. Did you do all?
Touches on, yeah, Touch and Chocoboy are on two
Right. Oh
different
shit.
tracks.
I just finished listening to the track with Touch actually, but
Mm,
and I
mm.
forgot about the Pillowhead track there with Chocoboy
Yeah,
too.
yeah, all good.
So who's Chocoboy? Where did he come from? I know
Um,
Touch.
you know, like Low Pressure, like all those cats.
Yeah.
So Chocoboys was part of that crew back in the day, and him and Fat Matt used to make music together a lot. Like and to Chi Chi, we all worked together in Vancouver, man, when I lived out there.
Dope. Yeah.
And so Radio and I have always stayed in contact. And then when he just moved to Calgary recently, we started recording more and stuff.
Okay. Is he working on music of his own? Because like when I looked him up on Spotify, the only song accredited to him was the feature there or whatever. So like,
Yeah, there's not much out, but like I'll send you some links to some stuff that he's on.
dope.
Did you ever listen to the albums that we put out and NATO mixed and mastered, but I produced all of it and then It was me, Fat Matt, Hash Mills,
Like the
and
the Port
Chocoboy.
Authority stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's
So
what.
Chocoboy was one of the MCs on
Yeah,
there. Okay.
that's right. That's right.
All right. Thanks. I
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't connecting the dots, but yeah, I did listen to
yeah,
those
yeah,
albums too.
yeah, yeah.
So
Nice.
okay. So yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, I kind of wanted to ask you about like just your evolution artistically. Are you evolving from album to album, or is it pretty much dialed in at a solid state at this point?
No, I'm definitely moving around, man. Definitely, yeah. Like my new instrumental album, I just finished putting it together, like to get ready for masters. But it's like the opposite of beats to murder rappers too, you know? It's the
Yeah.
opposite side. And so
So
lately I've been making beats more focused on the love side of shit, and like and the energy of like positive stuff. So yeah,
nice,
it
man.
just depends, man, on what I'm vibing on. Like for real, like I don't have any particular thing. I normally make a project that becomes a project organically, and then I work from that. And it normally has something to do with what's going on in my life in some sort of obscure way, you know.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it just depends. Just depends.
So, another thing I wanted to ask is like revenge. Who are you taking revenge on? You just said, you know, a lot of the time it has to do with something that's happened in life. Like, is it on the industry or?
Yeah, it's more like revenge on the past, man. Like why the name keeps changing and why I keep evolving. It's like, you know, we look back at our past and we're so many times where we have so many different things that hold us back, that holds us back from our future, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
so
man.
I'm just getting revenge on the past. I'm getting rid of the whack MCs that killed me before, you know, and made me evolve and change, and coming back to get them.
So when yeah, dope. I like that, man. When you came back like as OGB, old Gorilla Bones, like um it didn't feel to me like it was long after Ape Face, but like at the same time, it was kind of like talk of return from the dead or whatever. Like,
Hmm.
did you take a break? Were there years where you just weren't making music there for a while, and you know Ape Face was kind of dead or whatever?
Yeah, well, there's definitely years of less music due to things that were happening, you know, in my life.
Where yeah,
But but never, like if I stop, I go crazy, so I don't stop, you know, like. But definitely slowed down for a bit due to like mental health stuff.
weird man. Yeah. When
Hmm.
you say like if you stop, you go crazy. Like, are we talking literally? You're making beats every day. You're working on something every day, or like,
Yeah, I try to. Like I can't every day because I do
yeah,
have other
responsibilities.
obligations for sure, but and you can't, you know, you just got to work
Yeah,
when
when you
your
feel
gut
it.
tells you to work. Yeah, when the universe is ready to shoot through you.
Yeah, man. Do you ever
Hmm.
listen to your old stuff, dude? That's something I've wanted to start asking people because, like, but you know, talking about growth, it kind of lines up there or whatever. Like, personally, I hate listening to any music I ever make or whatever. I make that stuff and then I go on to making something else or whatever.
Yeah, that's like a trend for sure for artists. I think like you're already sick of what you made after you made it, after you've listened to it enough to mix it and put it out and blah blah blah. But once in a while, man, I'll go back and listen to like kind of like a run through and see where I'm at and where I've got to and what I'm doing now. But mainly I just focus on making music, man.
Forward progression. Yeah, man.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, so most of your lyrics are pretty straightforward, like to the point. Do you ever try to hide stuff in lyrics? Like, I feel like right now in popular rap, there's kind of a movement that's very much away from ever having anything like hidden in a lyric. You know, it's all like very surface level, straight to the
Oh,
point
dude.
stuff. You
Yeah,
know,
man. For sure. That's like people don't even get like most of my stuff. So like the Jerry Cheevers joint.
yeah,
So I'm a new man like Wayne Knight, right? Who's Wayne Knight?
I wondered. I wanted to Google it actually when I first heard that track, man.
He's Newman from Seinfeld.
The actor that plays him. Okay.
That's right. So he's
Yeah.
Newman.
Yeah.
So
Dope.
here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, though, is that when Seinfeld ended, Newman couldn't get a job because he became a new man and was skinny and he couldn't play the same parts. So he
Ah,
never got a job. So I'm a new man like Wayne Knight. Double time, right on that.
dude. Yeah.
But like a lot of that song is all full of different like metal stuff, man.
So Jerry Cheevers himself was the dude, like the first guy to wear the mask, and he was putting scars
He,
on it where he got hit
yeah,
by
he
pucks.
wasn't the
Right? That was the
first.
guy.
He wasn't the first, but he's the guy who put the scars on his face every time he got hit with a puck. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Word.
yeah, yeah.
He was like a Boston goalie or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a goalie in Boston. I've got some scars on my face, and I was a goalie as well. So
Oh, word.
that's
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know you played hockey like that. Dope, man. Yeah, all sorts of inner meanings then. Uh,
hmm
yeah, man. So I saw something earlier where another kind of hip hop blogger was talking about how, like I think they posted like if I go to an event, I'm gonna be taking footage of it, but if nobody's paying me for it, that footage is gonna stay on my hard drive. And I kind of thought to
Okay.
myself like, all right, fair enough. Everybody likes to be paid. Everybody deserves to be paid. I'm always telling people that, we should pay artists for their respective talents or whatever. But on the
hmm
other hand, I was like, but that's also a lot of dope footage that, like, what good does it give to him or anyone else in the world if it's taken and then left on a hard drive or whatever? So, like, it kind of hurts my soul thinking that there's probably, like, all this footage out there, not just of this one guy or whatever, but there's probably a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
people doing that, right? So,
yeah.
and it made me think, like, is there ever a time when it's worth working for free as an artist? And this isn't, I'm not asking you to invite every MC in the world to knock on your door, trying to work with you or whatever. But
No, no, no.
yeah,
I mean, I definitely have worked with people for free for sure, and I definitely have um taken payments too. Like I don't know. It's in
case
that
by case
sense.
basis, though, right? Like
Yeah, like
there are
each,
times when
like
something's dope enough that like you would
yeah,
do it just to
when it's
make
the
art, right?
homie too, like
Yeah,
when it's someone who supported you and stuff, and like shit like that. So I mean, like I totally, I will for sure, but it's not, often that I'll just like, but
well,
there's like certain people who get passes,
yeah, totally. Not
like
for
so,
randos. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, but that's just because I've been in the game a lot, and I've got to make music for some pretty dope cats that I was like honored to make music for, you know what I mean? And got to put that on my resume.
Right.
And,
Yeah. Exactly. Where
yeah,
opportunity or like they always you hear jokes about promoters telling people that they'll pay you in exposure or whatever, and like there's definitely a
yeah, yeah,
movement
yeah.
against like don't
No,
do
stay
that
away
and
from promoters. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Stay
yeah.
away from promoters. They're the tough ones, man.
Yeah, but when it comes to working with other artists or whatever, a lot of the time, like I know I personally am happy to rhyme for free if somebody's shit is dope or whatever. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Art's art, man. Like, I'm down for weird stuff. I'm down for collabos. But I only have so much time, so I have to really like
totally.
figure what I'm doing, when I'm doing, plus work on my own personal stuff. So,
Weird, man. So we got
mhm.
to cover like a lot of ground in the first talk or whatever, and I don't want to use up too much of your time here
No, dude,
tonight.
we can talk for whatever. I got today off. I already rolled a joint. We're good, man. I'm
Oh,
not
nice.
anything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to get into kind of some more like general talk. Like, what do you think about the Hip Hop 50? I saw, a lot of celebration about it, shows about it, people doing concerts or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
it's dope, man. It's great.
yeah. And then so today, what made me want to ask about it was I saw Dame Dash on IG talking about like, who put this date on it? Who decided when this started or whatever? That was in 1973, and I kind of thought like, well, yeah, that's probably pretty legit too. Like, I don't think rock and roll has a like start date attached
Yeah,
to it.
I think like Cool Hurt put the date on it, didn't he?
I don't
Like
know.
by saying
Maybe he did.
this is
Maybe
the
he did. And
first
if he,
time a real hip hop party kind of happened, on the
Yeah, right.
corner.
When the show
Wasn't it
happened at Sedgwick Ave or whatever, right?
Sedgwick and Cedar?
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah, yeah.
So you gotta know. You gotta know.
Hell yeah, man. So I mean, there's definitely that.
There's
But
always people, man. There's always people that are gonna say the opposite and want
and it's
to
always
cause.
going to be Dame Dash, no matter what. Then.
Yeah, someone, yo, that's like I'm not even surprised it was that G.
Totally.
Not even surprised. That sounds like something you would say.
Definitely, yeah. Well, and I kind
Yeah,
of heard him say it and thought, like, man, even if it's just an excuse for people to have shows and kind of like
yeah,
pay dues and give flowers while
yeah.
people are still around, like, fuck it, isn't
Yeah.
that a good thing? So yeah,
Right? Like celebrate people's like stuff.
yeah, man.
Celebrate. I
Uh,
think it's great. I think all the shows are cool, man. I wish I was in New York, bro.
Dude, yeah,
Damn.
it would be wild to be at some of those shows. The bills are
Ah.
just wild. Um, okay, so as we talk about the Hip Hop 50, here's another thing I want to start asking people. A lot of the people I'm talking to are, I'm in my mid 30s, and I'm assuming people are my age when I'm talking to them a lot of the time. They're
That's
not particularly young, and
fair.
I'm in a position here where I just want to start asking people, like, is hip hop something that's a young person's game? Because there's definitely, I've seen that opinion out there, right? There's a lot
Oh,
of people who say leave it to the youth, whatever. The old folks should back off or whatever.
no, I think everything's got its place. Like hip hop's young still, man. So like there's gonna be different eras as it goes on. Like there's kids now that appreciate the old school. Like
Yeah,
when I was young, I'm 42. So when I was young, um, like things like people really appreciated like Tribe Called Quest and stuff like that. And
yeah,
and and that's all come kind of like back around. And plus, like our generation still listens to Tribe Called Quest. Like
definitely.
when Tribe drops a new album, we check it out. It also, gets played at the Grammys, gets played at the late night TV shows, gets on SNL, like all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So it is pushed out there, and there's definitely a generation that appreciates that sound of music. And there's always going to be weird stuff, man. I bet you there's like old school rave heads that are like, new rave is the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and like, dude, there's a lot of new rap I don't like, man. But I can, what kids want to dig it, they can dig it. That's cool.
Yeah, man.
But
I
there's
agree
some
with
new
you so
stuff
much on
that's
that. Yeah,
there's new stuff that's bonkers too. It's nice to see like a lot of like old school Canadian cats dropping new stuff.
yeah, man. Definitely,
That's
definitely.
cool. Yeah.
Um, would so to me there is no best rapper alive, but it's something I want to start asking people. Is there a best rapper alive, and if so, who is it?
The one like the best rapper living right now,
Yeah,
probably Black Thought, man.
nice. Yeah, I like that pick.
Yeah.
That's
But some people would definitely fight me on that. But I don't know, like Elzai would be up there. Pharaoh Monch would probably be up there. Um,
I don't know if Monch has the. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, all right, I won't argue against Monch. Monch is
Play a
definitely up
Monch
there.
album, bro. Like
Yeah,
just play a Monch album and play like
it's
any
true. It's very
feature. I
fair.
don't know, electronica might be up there. Like,
Well, and see, this is why I can't really say that there is a best rapper alive. There's so many guys
mm,
who are so dope,
mhm.
just so incredibly dope that, like, can you really tell me that Black Thought's better than, I don't know, Most Def, or better than an MF Doom, or like
Yeah,
is there
yeah.
a
There's their
better,
own thing,
like,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. But Black Thought's definitely in my top five. Like he's the goat, dude.
definitely, man.
He's
Uh,
such a beast, man.
Yeah, yeah, dude, the freestyle or whatever that he did on Funk Flex is like, they should be playing that in universities for people.
Oh, it's insane, man.
Yeah, man.
He's
Um,
next level, yeah.
Dude, yeah. Is there a right and a wrong way to make hip hop in your mind? I've been looking for somebody to tell me that there is a right and wrong way to make hip hop.
Well, I don't think so, man. I mean, I wouldn't want someone saying that to me when I was young and making hip hop. So,
Fair.
so
I thought it might be you though, because your lyrics, I mean, you're talking about somebody out there, like about some rapper doing these whack shits, right? So
well, there's those candy coated like there's stuff like that to Takashi Kid. Like the
Right.
whole persona over music thing is what gets me. And like if someone like
Yeah.
people think they're dope because they look like a cartoon character. Like I don't know, they might be like cool in fashion, but it doesn't make them like a dope rapper.
Yeah.
I'm like, everyone loves Tyga, but I don't know who that guy is, man. Like, I don't think I've ever heard a Tyga song before. I think he's only got like two songs,
Yeah, I
man.
was just gonna say I couldn't tell you a song. Yeah.
And people say he's pretty dope, though. But I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's just the persona. It's the whole persona thing over knowledge, and like over respect to like I don't know. I always think of like what would KRS One thing,
Yeah, man.
like what.
Even when you were talking about like back in the day how there people were more in touch with the roots of the culture or whatever, I was kind of thinking to myself like, when I was coming up, I didn't fuck with KRS-One. I was like in the middle of Alberta, not thinking about rap, being a 10-year-old, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but in retrospect, like I love KRS-One. He's one of my favorite MCs, right? So
Yeah,
uh
and he's like a ambassador of hip hop.
yeah, and I think, like you said, there are going to be young kids now who are still going back and doing that work to get the knowledge on the roots of it, just the same way as there always have been, or
Yeah,
whatever.
bro. The youth are like more in touch to stuff than we are.
Yeah, well, because they're
And
more tapped in online, man. Because it's easy to find shit out. I always say like you can find out anything you need to if you want to know who did it. You want to see the early music videos. Like it's all a search away at this point. It's so fucking
yeah,
easy. Yeah,
yeah, for sure, man. Ain't
yeah.
that the truth?
Yeah, man. So, I know you're just having camera problems right now, but you did tell me that if the camera was going to work, you were just going to point it at
Yeah, man.
an action figure or something, some sort of
No, I have
something.
this lovely little handmade skull character that my homie made. My homie Justin McKenzie, and it's super dope. And I wish you could see him, man, because he's sitting on a skeleton hand, and he looks very macabre.
Dope, man.
And
Yeah.
and
I'd like to
it's
see a picture. Send it over. Maybe I'll superimpose it or whatever.
Yeah, we'll send you a pic after the show for
So,
sure.
but I wanted to ask though, bro, like why the secrecy? When I mentioned this, I was playing video games earlier, and I mentioned I was talking to you, and that
Nice.
you'd have a mask or point the camera at something else tonight. And my friend I was playing with went, "What does he want it? He's got warrants out for him." So don't snitch on yourself. But what's the reasoning for not
No, I
wanting to
don't
be on
got that
camera, man?
stuff. No. Um, I don't know, man. I'd rather people just like listen to the music. Like I don't like old Gorilla's a character, man. He's not a person, you
Yeah,
know.
word.
He's a character.
I kind of thought that even as you were saying, like, you're all right with all types of music. Old Gorilla Bones might not be, but like
Yeah, that's
you right now
fair.
being
Yeah.
interviewed are, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. But yeah, man, more so that like OGB is a character, not a he's an idea, you know what I mean?
Word.
Not a human. So
Well, I mean, I was just guessing at your reasoning, but I said that like, you've got a song on the album called "Not for Gold Nor for Fame" or something along those lines,
mhm.
anyway.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, so my guess was just, yeah, that you like making music, but that you're really not trying to get recognized on the street or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That,
Not that I ever would be, man, but like
ah,
but but yeah, man, it's more so like I just yeah,
I
I'd rather
mean,
people
dude,
just it's about my music,
I think there's a level of fame that a lot of people have reached in independent Canadian hip hop where they're not going to get noticed day to day in a grocery store or whatever. But if they walk into a rap show, people are going to know who they are. You know?
Yeah, maybe a certain rap show for
Yeah,
sure.
that
Yeah,
type of thing, right?
yeah.
But yeah, probably not you. I mean, yeah, which is dope. I like the kind of like stand back and let it be what it's going to be approach
Yeah,
to it. Yeah.
yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
Um,
Oh, I got my dog getting throwing a fit here. Hold on. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I got
all good. Okay.
her.
So, but it did make me want to ask, like, do you ghostwrite for people? I feel like somebody who has a pen game like yours, but that doesn't necessarily want to stand in the spotlight. should be
Uh,
selling bars or something.
I appreciate that, but no, I know. I've definitely thought of specific people ghostwriting for like me, like writing my choruses and stuff like that. Like some of my homies are the dopest chorus writers, you know,
Word.
and dope writers too. Like some of the cats that I know, just like insane writing, like
Give
next
somebody a
level.
shout out. Who writes dope
Well,
hooks?
even like Chaka's stuff, man, is like crazy, you know, like just the way he flows, touch, the way he flows is
Yeah, man.
insane. Like just the levels to it, you know what I mean? Max Prime back in the game, dude. Like
Yeah,
that
he's
guy's
back
thick
now. Eh?
with it, dude.
Yeah, man.
You know, and Max Prime is thick with it, man.
I think he's
So
got a project coming soon. I'm looking forward to that one, man.
he just sent me the tape of the John B joints.
Nice.
Yeah, he's the beast, man. I love Max.
What else did I want to ask you? So, not wanting to be out publicly, in the spotlight, does that really translate to not doing shows? You not interested in doing shows?
No, I just did a show, man. I just opened for Homeboy Sam, man.
Oh, damn, I did see that bill and I was fucking sad that I couldn't be in Calgary that night.
It was good, man. It was a dope new spot in Calgary, and it
Yeah,
was
Homeboy
fresh.
Sandman is ill, man. That guy has been killing it for a
He's
long
on
time.
one, dude. He's on one for sure.
Yeah, man.
He's a beast.
I think I stumbled across his stuff like a decade ago or whatever, and I
Oh yeah,
still listen anytime he pops up with new music.
his new stuff's dope, dude.
Yeah, man.
Super dope.
Yeah, I've actually played him on Atzik. Like most of the time, I just play Canadian stuff. But
Yeah,
if it's independent enough, and I know that like nobody else is playing it on the FM dial up here, then
yeah,
I'll play it.
yeah.
So do you have shows or a tour or anything coming up?
No, nothing coming up in for sure. I've definitely applied for a bunch of stuff next year, so we'll see what happens.
Nice, man.
Anything in your town that I should apply for, or what?
They do like artist showcases here, but it's just pretty small. Like, I mean, shouts to the guys that do it. They're dope shows or whatever.
What are the festivals going on?
Not a lot, man. There's Intersect. Do you know about Intersect Festival? You should apply for that
No,
next year.
that sounds.
It's like a rap show, run by guys in Edmonton. I think maybe it takes place in like High Prairie or someplace like that. But they've done it
Mhm.
like 3 years running now, and the bill this year is up. Like the list of performers is up, and it looks dope. I know a few of the names, but there's a lot of names. Actually, when I saw the list of names, I was like, "Fuck, I got to go over this and find out who all these people are." Because if they're replacing the guys who were on the bill last year or whatever, then like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
must be worth listening to. Because
Nope.
yeah, other years there's been a lot of local Alberta acts, and wider than Alberta too, but a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
the homies from around here have been on that.
Fresh, dude.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah,
I'd
man.
recommend checking that out. Actually, I think
Dope.
it might even be like this weekend or something. I think it's on the 17th that it's happening.
Dope.
Yeah. So, other than that, though, no, I don't know. Rap festivals, dude. I dream about doing an ATSIC festival one day. Maybe I'll get my shit together and get some grants or whatever.
That'd be
one day,
fresh,
but
man. That'd be fresh. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Just gotta find the right spot and the right sponsors.
Right. Exactly. Oh,
Gotta get yourself some cannabis sponsors.
yeah. That'd be nice, man. That would be nice.
I got the hookup for you if you need it, man. That's what I do.
For real? Yeah, I'll get at you. Yeah.
I manage a weed shop, right? That's
I
my
do,
job.
yeah. We talked about it last
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I almost brought it up, and then I was like, well, maybe he's trying to hide his identity this time. So,
No,
yeah,
whatever. Come buy weed from me, all green spot. I only smoke good weed, so I only sell good weed.
nice. What's the name of the spot in Calgary?
Green spot.
Green Spot. Okay, nice, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're down on McLeod. Yeah.
nice. I've never checked it out, but I should roll through there. Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
So I ask everybody this. I asked you it last time, and I can't specifically remember what you told me. But can you describe the Calgary hip hop scene? Maybe it's changed in the last year from your vantage point.
I don't know, man. I don't really know it that well, to be honest. Like,
I feel like
but
maybe that was now that I hear it what you said last time too. Yeah.
yeah, I hope it's growing though. I'm sure it is. Like, there's always kids making music, you know. There's some young kids that have been popping off,
Hell yeah.
yeah. And then I do know, like, like Mo Gravy, like Sergeant and Comrade, man. Like, their new album is just beautiful, man. If you haven't heard it, listen to it. It's on point.
Yeah, I
Incredible.
checked that out the other night, and I would agree with you. That is a really good album.
Like
Solid
it's
quality.
so smooth, man. It's like such a slick album, man. They just had their record release party. It was pretty fantastic too.
Nice, man. Did you get to perform at that, or who'd they have open?
No, no, no. They had some really dope soul acts open.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
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 that
for
makes
sure.
sense, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Dope.
man.
All right, man. Well, yeah, like I said, I appreciate your time. And yeah, I think we might as well call it a wrap on this. And I hope people
Sweet,
go out
bro.
and check out your album. It's on Hand Solo, right?
Yeah, Revenge 2's on hand solo. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I guess before I let you go, what's the scoop on the upcoming instrumental album that you mentioned? Does it have a name or a date or anything? Tentatively,
N-
even?
no date. It hasn't even been mastered yet, and like you never know. I might go back and be like, I want to change that, but we'll
Where
see.
maybe fall sometime though, something like in there.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Depends who wants to put it out, I guess.
Yeah, I guess right.
I
Yeah.
think Jay kind of wants to put it out though, but we'll
Jay
see.
with who? Who's Jay with?
Mo Gravy, Mo Gravy,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, nice.
But yeah, we'll see, man. But it's called Love Always Wins If You Let It.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
like
it's
that
an
name.
instrumental album,
And so
and
when you say it's more on the kind of positive spectrum of things, like we talking just kind of like upbeat, happier stuff, or like actually kind of like R&B style romantic love kind of vibes?
no, it's like super boom bappy, man. It's definitely like boom bappy stuff. It's definitely upbeat.
Good.
Well, some of it is. I don't know, man. You'll get it. You'll hear it. You'll get it. Like
Dope,
it's
man,
more
dope.
like think of like
I was just hoping you weren't going like into the R&B zone. I whatever. If people want to do it or whatever. It's all just art. But
no,
uh,
no, I'm not going R&B on you, but I like R&B music, bro. Like I made a beat for Sergeant Comrade, so hopefully we'll get some stuff written and up on that pretty soon too.
nice, yeah.
Yeah, man.
All the beats on your new one are by you though, right? You self-produced everything.
Yeah, except for what is it, Red Rum and the one before it.
Okay,
I
who
can
produced
never.
those?
That was me and Whatevsky, so me
Okay,
and Comrade
man.
from O'Gravy.
Red Rum. That's probably my favorite track on the album.
Nice, nice.
I hit play on it, being like, how horrorcore is this going to be with a name like Red Rum? And it ended up being like real grounded, kind of talk. I don't know, real talk shit,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Yeah,
like the one like feeling wheelie dealy rap song on the album, you know. Like it's the one personal joint on the album and like
yeah,
just
man.
kind of yeah, man,
I
talk
really like
about
the opening bars though about like I what is it I smoke good weed, I
I roll
roll
perfect
perfect
joints.
joints. What the fuck's that? If that's
I
not the
live a
point,
good
what's the
life. I
point?
mean, ain't that the point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Hmm.
dope, man. Yeah,
That's it, man. Sometimes you just gotta come back to the one and realize that all you have, dude, is like the literal moment you're living in, and
yeah,
that shit is beautiful. You do something good with it, and you feel good about yourself, and then life is good, man.
hell yeah, enjoy it, right?
100%, dude.
Hell yeah, man. All right, well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer.
You
And
too,
yeah,
G.
it was nice talking to
Thanks
you
again.
again, man.
Yeah, always a pleasure, my G.
All right, thanks for coming by, man.
Love
Peace.
and respect, my man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, peace.
Bye.
All right, so that was that. And people who don't know, this was a spin-off from my mix show, which is called After the Smoke is Clear, where I play independent hip hop every week. You can find the mixes mixcloud.com/Doobyis. It's free to listen. Artists get paid for their spins there. People ask me like, why don't you make this into a podcast and put it up on Spotify? And it's because if I make a 60-minute long mix of songs and put that on Spotify, Spotify will play it and then just pay me for one spin on my podcast. They'll give me whatever penny fraction for a play on my podcast, and none of the artists on it would get paid because Spotify is and iTunes, any other place you get podcasts, isn't set up to analyze and pay all the artists for their songs in those mixes. So on Mixcloud, it's made for DJs to make mixes like After the Smoke is Clear. And so over there, you can listen to all sorts of different mixes from DJs around the world for free, all styles of music. It's better than what you're going to get in a random shuffle playlist. It just is. So definitely come through Mixcloud. Check out Doobyis.com. I've been making posts over there for every episode of AtSick, where I kind of talk about each song a little bit and post up some clips and stuff like that from the making of videos. Come by on Twitch, twitch.tv/Doobyis. I'll probably jump on and play some video games over there tonight. I was playing online earlier this afternoon. And that's always fun. But yeah, come by, say hi. I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for coming through and chat, and I'll catch y'all another time.